Hi everyone, it's Casey Williams. When you think about Jaguar, you think about proportion design, you think about balanced handling, and often you think about a pretty powerful car as well. But if you think about the old Jaguars, you might also think about wood planks on the dashboard and wool carpeting. Well, Jaguar continues to evolve, no more so than the Jaguar XF-S we have behind us. Let's go take a look at it. The Jaguar design is about proportion. You think about a classic E-Type, with the long hoods, this very delicate body lines to the car. But and the XF carries that on, but it is also about some of those heritage cues. You got the squared off oval grille that does trace its roots back to the 1950s and 60s with the D-Type and the E-Type. Looks very good on this car. I like the black mesh air inlets down below as well. Looks like a Kia compact car. The headlamps, they're very narrow, very delicate as well, very elegant. These are actually LED headlamps. You got LED driving lamps here as well. So at night it has a very signature profile when it's driving down the road. It's a Jaguar. You come around to the side, and the proportions are slightly different. This is a rear drive car, front engine of course, but it doesn't have quite the traditional long nose. It's a lot more aerodynamic. In fact, it's more aerodynamic a lot than new sports cars are. So it's hunkered down over the wheels, 20-inch alloy wheels. I like the red brake calipers. I think it looks very sporty. This is a fake vent, but again, I think it looks really nice and kind of highlights the fenders. And the designers did a lot of work to try to kind of shrink the mass of the body as well. You see the bottom with the black inset. It's just nice sculpting, looks very classy. I like this shoulder line, how it comes around, wraps in the back, just kind of tightens in the design around the wheels, hunkers it down. From some angles, honestly, it looks a little bit like a Volvo. You might even see a little bit of Lexus in some of the angles. I think that's probably not the best for a Jaguar, but it certainly is a handsome car, and it certainly looks fast, and certainly looks like it's ready to go. So coming around the back, if you're familiar with the first generation XF, it all looks very familiar. Rather narrow wraparound tail lamps here, LEDs in them, twin exhaust outlets, little lip spoiler, and then a power trunk lid in case you're too lazy to open your own trunk. And when you look inside, it's very nicely carpeted, it's very classy. And there's enough space for 4 people to get luggage inside, but you're not going to pack a lot of luggage if you're going very far, so pack very carefully. Well, the interior of the XF is a combination of classic and modern. Some of the more classic features, the heated and cooled leather seats, the heated seats in the back, leather, very nice. Everything feels very expensive. Heated leather wrapped steering wheel, I like all that. In the old days, you'd expect, big chunks of wood on the dashboard. And that's long since gone. Now it's this aluminum look finish. There's a lot of wood grain on the doors and around the dash tops, in here in the console. It's not especially convincing. So if it's fake, it's fake, but it does look very nice. But also the high-tech features of the car. It's got a 380-watt Meridian audio system in it. Sounds very nice. It's got navigation. I found the navigation a little more difficult to use. The system's the 4-quadrant system like Ford has, where you've got audio and you've got navigation and climate. I'm starting to get used to it, but it's not the easiest to use. Dual zone automatic climate control down below. And just some more of the ergonomic things in the car. Here's the starter button here, you've got volume over here. It'd be nice if you had volume and tuning, traditional for a radio, just to make it easier. For a driver, you gotta reach over, or you gotta use the steering wheel controls, which is probably what you should be doing anyway. Some of the other technology on the car. You can change the driving configuration of the car, everything from dynamic to echo, and that changes the throttle, the transmission, changes the steering, and the suspension system. So dynamic, the car's a little stiffer, it also self-adjusts depending on the road conditions. On echo, it takes a little more throttle to get the car to go, and it helps you save some fuel. So I think it's a very cool system. I just used it in the dynamic mode, and it was very nice on the highway. Safety systems. You got stereo cameras here, constantly rating the road and the lines ahead of you for the lane keep assist. Also helps the dynamic cruise control, so automatically slows down the highway. Crash mitigation system. And it's got the blind spot warning and a rear camera. So there's an awful lot of technology inside of this car as well. Let's talk about power. In this case, with the S model, we have a 3-liter supercharged V6 engine. It delivers 380 horsepower. It's routed through an 8-speed automatic transmission to the rear wheels. It does have paddle shifters on the steering wheel if you'd like to shift it yourself. Talking about fuel economy, 20 miles per gallon in the city, 30 miles per gallon on the highway. So for a car with 380 horsepower, a larger mid-sized car, I think 30 miles per gallon on the highway is pretty good. That's partly due to the 8-speed transmission. It's also partly due to the automatic start-stop that pauses the engine at rest. Actually, I kind of find that an annoying feature. You always feel like the engine's just not going to restart, but it always does, and it's okay, but it'll annoy you a little bit. And also, they've put a lot of aluminum to the body structure. It's very high tech, and it just really lets that engine, you know, have the maximum performance for that horsepower. So the car even feels just a little more powerful than that 380 horsepower suggests. When you're on the highway, you're running whatever speed you want to, you step on the throttle, the car will move. So I really enjoy driving it very much. Well, Jaguar's challenge is to keep the traditionalists happy while also evolving the car and keeping it modern and adding technology to it. And I think with this car, they've really done that. You know it's a Jaguar, but you know it's a very new and very cool Jaguar. So looking at pricing for this car, starts just around $47,500 base price. This one's $67,235. And at that price point, you're looking at cars like the BMW 5 Series, Mercedes E-Class, Cadillac CTS, Lexus GS. Those cars are very stiff competition, and Jaguar will have its work cut out for it to stay competitive with those vehicles. Well, next weekend we'll have another great car. Until then, storm forward.